Hey, everybody. Uh, hmm. the good news is we fixed. I fixed through the help from my wife. We fixed the problem with it zooming in and out all the time. But now it's looking. The colors are looking a little weird. We haven't figured out how to get the lighting right. I know if I do it during the day, there's enough light coming in from the windows, and it looks fine. But yeah, we're still trying to figure that out. Let's see. Let's experiment a little bit here. Um, Kind of need more light. Uh, if this was a professional studio, I'd uh, I'd have lighting behind, two lights coming up from the ceiling and lighting behind me and balancing it all. But this is not a big bad professional studio, so that kind of washes things out. I don't like that. Let's see here. Hmm. Well, that doesn't do a good thing. Huh. Maybe. Nope. Doesn't end the strobe. I now have a strobe again. Hmm. Yeah, this is not good. It was working fine if I do it like in the middle of the day. Um, and now that's making it worse. Just either leave it on or leave it off. That's just making it worse. Um, you're the strobe is it's confusing the camera even more. Um, and now all I'm trying to do is just stop the strobe. Holy crap. I wish YouTube had a way to like preview this, but they don't. So you turn the camera on and all of a sudden you're strobing. Thanks, YouTube. So I may stop this and then restart it, delete this or something if I figure out how to get it to stop strobing. Okay. I think that stopped it strobing. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know what, that's just gonna have to be good because yeah, the lighting sucks, but at least it's not strobing. Um, anyways, I'm reviewing Bar Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is another distillery out of the Northwest, out of Washington State. Um, and we did 2 bar at the distillery. I can't remember. It was so long ago. I can't remember whether it was um, the 80 proof, which is what this is, or whether it was the 100 proof, or what. Yeah. This is doing it in the comfort of my own home. A lot of times you'll find that um, when you're doing whiskey, you can do it at a taste test at one of your big box stores, um, or you do it at the distillery, or a party at a friend's house or whatever. Um, and you do these you do these whiskey tastings or wine tastings. I'm pretty sure, and you have an opinion of the beverage there, but then you take it home, you buy it, bring it home, and you get a different result because of whatever reason. Um, so I'm reviewing this again, kind of just as do I get the same results as I did when when I was at the distillery? Never waste a drop. Um, so anyways, I've been drinking on it a little bit throughout the week, so I kind of have an opinion already. Um, this is a really good everyday whiskey. Um, like if you want something that like the whiskey I reviewed last week, Chambers Bay, was kind of a good premium whiskey. It was maybe for that special occasion, or maybe if you just have a really good budget. Very, very high quality, very solid whiskey, but you only want to drink it neat. It was a good whiskey to drink neat. 2 Bar is a more casual whiskey. It's something that you won't feel guilty about throwing in an ice cube or mixing it with something, or just drinking it daily, because it could get kind of expensive drinking the premium whiskeys every day. So this is a really good daily whiskey. It's a really good casual whiskey. It's there's nothing wrong with it. It's good, but it is not one of my favorites. But it's good. It's a good solid whiskey. So if you're looking for another good daily whiskey, 2 Bar is one that you can look at. So, but anyways, here we go. Now, it does have a little bit of a bite to it. Kind of a strong bite for 80 proof. But I would say that probably one of the things that makes Chambers Bay so premium and so expensive is I think they had a really aggressive cut when you're cutting the heads and the tails off. And that can really jack the price up of a whiskey. So the reason that this is, basically about half the price and this is a more reasonable price, $40, and you get like a full regular fifth, is because I think that they had kind of a more, how can I say, reasonable cut to it. And that's not a bad thing. It's pretty standard. I think that Chambers Bay maybe went a little bit more than on their, a little more aggressive on their cut, and that's why they ended up with a product that was so much more expensive, but worth the price. So that's why I say this is a great daily whiskey. It's a great whiskey if it's casual whiskey, if you want to, do all those things to it that people like doing with whiskey. So yeah, it's as you can see, this is not what happens with bad whiskeys. This is what happens to good whiskeys. I've been drinking on it all week, and also when you see somebody fight that much with a cork, this is a artificial cork. It's not a real cork, which I kind of like, because I end up with breaking the cork somehow if it's a real cork. But when you have to fight a little bit to get the thing open, it means it's got a good seal. And your whiskey you can air out your whiskey so much that it kind of removes the complexities. And so that's good on 2-bar for making a good cork that keeps that seal. I kind of like that. So, but notice I don't pour a ton in my glass because people used to make comments about our the mantra, always sip, never slam. And because I had, that is a stubborn cork, which is good. But even if I wouldn't like polish off the glass, I used to do it right up to the halfway up the logo. And I would drink on that all night, but for an hour or two. But because I had a bunch in my glass, they would think that I was taking a big gulp instead of a sip. So for those people who aren't quite paying attention and wanted to make comments, I only put a little bit in my glass at a time. Now, on the nose, as I stated last week, if you smell pancakes, that's a bad thing. You don't smell pancakes on this. It's very subtle. In fact, I can't really even it's so subtle that, I mean, you can really get your nose in there and it doesn't burn it. But there's nothing that really stands out. Which is again kind of good. You know, you don't necessarily want, because usually if something stands out for me, it's pancakes, which means that they probably are covering up bad whiskey, and this is good whiskey, and they don't need to cover anything up. So. It's very sweet on the tongue. The initial taste is very sweet. It's got a really good mouthfeel to it. And it's got a really good finish. It's good for sipping neat. Or if you want to, like I said, put an ice cube into it, whatever. This is a very flexible whiskey. So, yeah. So I recommend that you try 2-bar. There's some other 2-bar whiskeys out there I noticed. One finishes in a wine cask, which I don't have a lot of good luck with those. I'm not a wine fan, so usually that's a bad thing, but we'll give it a check. We'll give it a try. And then they have one that's like, I don't know what, something else. I can't remember, but anyways, 2-bar whiskey, highly recommended. And let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, so I'm going to be, the YouTube channel itself is going to be taking a short hiatus after next week. I will be back next week at 8 p.m. Pacific. But after that, I'm going to be taking a 2-week break from the YouTube channel because I'm going to go visit my little brother. We have not hung out until for almost 3 decades, and so we're going to be hanging out for 2 weeks, and so I will be back just in time for Halloween, and so see you back October 31st. Until then, please check out our Facebook page where I will be doing live streaming with me and my brother as we kind of get more into the nerdy stuff, a little less into the whiskey, some whiskey, but a little less into the whiskey, more into the nerd stuff for the Nerds Drink Whiskey Facebook page. So anyways, see you next week. And hey, Gabe. We got Gabe from Poorly Read Comics in the chat. He's checking the show out, and even though he's sober. And yeah. So, anyways, see everybody next week. Always sip, never slam.